Hello everyone. Happy Tuesday. I'm here a lot earlier than what I normally am. I have some things to do later right when I go live, so I thought, why not do I miss the live or do I go early? So I decided to go early, so I am ready to leave, hence looking a little more put together than what I normally am for you guys. Normally you guys just get real life around the house, Ellen. We've got put together Ellen today, so I hope you're all well. My name is Ellen Woodbridge. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. Welcome if I have not met you before. I am here to give you crafty inspiration using Stampin' Up! Supplies. If you're in Australia and you don't have a demonstrator, I would love you to purchase from me. I have all the information in the info box or description below, or to the side depending on where you are. And if you are here live, you will get the red button up in one of these corners that says live, and if it's not live, you're watching on the replay. Oh, we have someone joining us. Miss Louise has just parked herself under the desk. Sit down, miss. Which is our dog or my husband's guide dog. So welcome. I have said that. Sorry, Louisa made me lose my train of thought. Good morning, Miss Myrtle. How are you? So today I sort of didn't know where I was going with the card we are going to make, but I have, I'm going to show you what I've got. I have this little box which has cards of inspiration, cards I've kept that I may want to recreate, and cards I am yet to share on my blog. So they all kind of live in this box, and I was just last night going, oh, what am I going to play with? And I came across, the first card I came across is actually a card from one of you guys. So this was a birthday card, I think from last year, and it's from Raven, and she used gilded leafing with an embossing folder. Hi Karen, how are you? Lovely to see you again. Twice in a week, wow. Or maybe 3 times in a week. So she used an embossing folder with gilded leafing, and I thought, I can do that. So that's what we're going to do today. Not going to use this embossing folder, but this card is definitely our inspiration. And I thought, Christmas time, let's do a really, really special Christmas card because it's going to be very, very gold. So I grabbed out the Stars at Night hybrid embossing folder. So by hybrid, this has a set of dies with it. I don't know if the dies aren't close, but you can cut and emboss these 3 big stars on this die, and I'm going to show you the inside where you can see the cutting lines around the die, around the 3 stars rather. So that won't emboss at all. So this is the normal side where you can't see the cut. So this is the impression, no, that's the depression side on this side. And then we've got the impressed side, which is the side you pop the die and cut. Hello Shaz, how are you? Hope you are continuing to be on the mend. So I've grabbed that. In my photo, I did show you the pot of gilded leafing. The pot is actually empty because this is very, very compressed when it comes in the pot. And I got a little container. I know this looks big, but if I put it up against the embossing folder, it is actually little. So I just have it in this little contained container. Now, I'm not saying that gold leafing isn't going to fly everywhere today, because, oh my word, it absolutely is, and that's okay. That is the fun of gold leafing, but I am going to try and keep it as contained as what I can in this. Good morning, Beryl. How are you? So I do have a piece of foam in there as well to knock off excess, but I will go through that with you. So I don't know whether to do 1 or 2 today. I'm not sure. I do have ideas, but the other thing we are going to be using is our adhesive sheets. So this is normally for creating a sticker with the die cut. I use this a lot for very intricate die cuts, so I don't need to add glue that may ooze out. This makes it into a sticker, but today we're going to put it over our cardstock to create a whole sticker surface that our gilded leafing is going to stick to. Good morning, Leanne. How are you? Good morning, Lisa. I hope you're all well. Just for those who have come in, we have an inspiration card. So this was a birthday card I received last year from Raven. And yes, we are going to use it for inspiration today, using the Stars at Night embossing folder. So I think, besides moving my water bottle, I think we're all ready to rock and roll. So let's flip around, get going. I'm kind of having a feeling that I may want to do one full panel, and I may want to try and do a partial panel as well. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Brenton. How are you? So I can show you 2 different ways to use the gilded leafing this way. So let's flip around and let's get crafting. Did everyone have a lovely weekend? I had quite a busy weekend. I had my work Christmas party on Saturday. I spent the whole day in Sydney on Saturday for a show, Saturday afternoon / night. Oh, we're flipped around. There we go. And that was kind of my weekend. And then I got home what's going on here? I feel all discombobulated on screen today. Is that like... Oh, it's because I am flipped around the wrong way. So I'm there going, I'm all discombobulated today. I've got to flick back. Oh, now that feels right and better. Sorry. Whoa. Sorry, I just got my stand caught on my carousel. Yes, I did already ask that. Shaz has not replied as yet, but that's okay. Let's get this all going. I feel like I'm still waking up because many of you who do know me know I'm not a morning person, but I'm up early, ready to go with the day because that's what today calls for. If I could sleep in like I did yesterday, I would do that every single day. 10 a.m. wake up was amazing. Mind you, didn't get into the train station till like 12 on Monday morning. That proves how good of a time that I had. Good girl. She's just looking at me going, what on earth are you doing, Mum? For those who have come in, we do have crafty dog Louisa on the floor helping. Oh, slowly improving. Awesome, Shaz. Great news. So I have you guys here. We are all good to go. I'm sitting slightly further up than what I normally am because Miss Madam has made herself quite comfortable. So I may be just a bit discombobulated. Okay, I do have two, or I actually have three. I think I only need two card fronts. Perfect. One of them has a bit of a bodgy corner, but that's okay. So what I want to do, I'm going to put one of these aside and we're going to just plain heat emboss it. But this one I want to cover with our adhesive sheets. So I do have some scrap in here. And I do wonder, I think it may be a titch short. But then again, maybe not. Yes, it is a titch short. So they are not going to work. I do keep my scraps of this, and some of these scraps may actually come in useful for our second piece. So I have a large piece here. Just going to check the height on this. It's actually not too bad. So I'm just going to cut the correct, it doesn't really matter either way. I'm just going to cut this down to size. So I want it just titch under, whoa, that moved very unexpectedly. So 10 centimeters. I may just use this piece that we're creating the scrap from, and roughly about there. Okay, now this does have release paper on the back, and watch me get really gluey. Actually, oh sorry miss, I did have to move. Bye Louisa, see you later. I knew she'd, because I'm moving around too much, I knew she'd go, no, I'm not doing this with you mum. Okay, I can't find my silicone mat, so we're just going to use this scrap piece of paper, and I'm just going to pull the backing off. So it's here in 3 strips, and this is where everything sometimes goes a little bit awry with me, because I do try to line this up as straight as I can, and I always seem to get it askew. Actually, can we just say, oh, I should do this on video every time. Okay, so we're a bit short at the bottom, but that's okay. So just take our next piece of backing off and go down, and then take our last piece off. So I do just find taking it from here is easier for me than going from the corner. Okay, so I have a completely adhesive covered piece of cardstock. Perfect, exactly what we need. I didn't even need this. Who am I? Oh, that's good. Yes, it's never ever easy, Shaz, but I'm glad you're recognizing going in the right direction is a great thing. So I'm just going to grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So we need the big one because we are embossing, and we will need our base platform, and because this is a 3D embossing folder, we will need plate number 4. Okay, I'm back. Okay, So this card will probably end up being very, very simple, like Raven's card, because we want the embossing and the gilding to be the star of the show. Okay, so I have the child who I didn't expect to be first awake. It's lovely not having responsibilities and being able to wake up early. So I'm just having a look at this and deciding, I don't think I want... Hey Owen, I'm on a live video. Can you close my door, please?
And the house is still doing shit, so
excuse me. Sorry, there was a bit of language there that I didn't appreciate. So I like the fact I'm only getting partial and I'm getting a lot more of this little detail. So very happy with that. And I'm going to pop that in spine first. And I made sure, did I make sure we were sticky side up? That would have been helpful. No, I wasn't sticky side up. That will be very, very helpful. Sticky side up. Okay, that's all good, because we want the impressed side. So how many of you actually own gilded leafing? Because it's so much fun to play with. I do have a number of videos on, I don't know if I did them on Facebook, but they are definitely available to search on YouTube. So that kind of looks wrong because the paper's the debossed side, but the sticky is the embossed side, which is exactly what we want. And then I'm going to take our other piece, which has no stickiness on it at this stage, and I'm just going to use the other side of the folder for a different pattern. Go back. Right. And just going to crank that through. Oh, furniture design pieces, Shaz, yes, because it is just normal gilded leafing. So yes, many applications, and I've got the board that Owen broke when he got his black belt at karate, and he wanted me to gild gold leaf each side as if it is, and I can't think of what it's called, the Japanese art of using gold leaf to fix things to make it the highlight. If someone could tell me the name of that. Hey Clydine, how are you? I'm just going to close my door just because I don't want to be distracted by them, and I will be back in a sec. Okay, the door is shut. Okay, so I don't want to take the backing off this. I'd like to gild both pieces at the same time. So what I'm thinking of doing, and this is probably where I'll get very gluey sticky. So this is our offcut piece, and what I want to kind of do is see if I can highlight some of the higher pieces, and oh no, I might need that backing piece. Don't I just want to see if I can just highlight some. Oh, that probably wasn't what I wanted. I'll probably hit that a little too hard, but I have a little thing, or a big thing, called an adhesive eraser, which means I can kind of shape this how I would like and remove some of the sharpish edges there. Oh my dear word, I just dropped that down. So kind of what I want to do is just grab some of those areas. So it's just going to, so I think I've almost removed all of that section, but I just want a little bit in places. And this would look really good on coloured cardstock. I possibly should have done that, but I did not. And just a little bit, just a little bit there, a little bit over here. Oh, it's really blobby right there, not quite what I want, but it's kind of a you get what you get kind of thing. Now there's a really blobby bit there, and one of my curls has fallen in, and I just got the biggest bit on my hand. Hello, Diane. No problems, my love. I'm on so much earlier than I normally am because I have some things to do later as well. So I just came on so I could at least do some crafting with you guys rather than cancelling and not seeing you at all. Okay, I'm going to leave that at that and just see what it is like. Yes, that's exactly right, Shaz. Thank you so much for telling me what it's called. I knew it started with K, but do you think it was coming to me? No. Okay, so now I just want to get my take your pick tool here, and this is where the fun is going to begin. Remove my adhesive eraser, and what I want to do, I want to remove this backing. Whoop. So very carefully, because the backing is kind of wanting, or when I started it, just these edges are kind of wanting to rip just as I start. So I'm definitely using my take your pick tool because this is one sticky surface. So that's the whole backing. This is the whole surface, and I'm going to do something incredibly bold. Besides opening this, right, so lid, no fans, no directly breathing on this, none of that, okay? So I'm just going to pop this on the lid, and I'm just going to dump this in, sticky side down. I've already got it all over me. Okay, so that is in. Just need to grab the brush I require. So I'm going to, do you think I can get the edge of this up now? Okay, so as you can see, this is pretty much completely coated. Okay, possibly shouldn't have put this one in. This is really staticky. So I'm going to take this piece of foam and just going to buff the excess of this off. And then, oh, I've got delivery at the front door. So, just getting the excess off. Now, where there are kind of missing bits. So this really, really gets the excess off. So just run it down the edges, do all of that. So I've barely used any on this, even though it looked as though I had heaps. I barely have any. Just give me a second, because I think I need to attend to this person at the front door. Okay. We got post and a parcel all at the same time, which is, oh dear, I breathed. I moved. It is a bit messy. Alice, hello. Hello, Josie. It is a bit messy, but I can guarantee you, don't talk into it, Ellen. I can guarantee you the look at the end is totally worth the mess. Okay, so in here again, this is our partial piece that I pushed the adhesive sheet onto. So we're just going to attach to all those spots that we had the glue. So this is just a bit more of a aged look. I don't know, a partial look. Okay, and then we will get not the excess but the rest off. We shall get off with a brush. So this foam actually works really, really well. So just a bit of hand rubbing over here. And what I am going to do, so I do have some spots here that are bare, but that's okay. So I've got all of these pieces here, and I'm just going to brush them off the side of the desk into the container. Okay, so I'm still saving all of these pieces. And then I'm going to sacrifice this next little bit of stuff. So I have saved all of that. So now I'm going to put the lid on. So one, I don't breathe into it and get it elsewhere. Okay, I now have a gilded end because obviously this was a bit sticky, but that's okay. It's all good. Lid back on. Okay. And I'm just going to go to my meeting later looking all pretty and glittery. So this piece I'm actually going to use. So this is where I start burnishing, and I probably should have a really big scrap piece of paper which I can grab. Okay, a really big one. And I still have Gilded leafing wafting. It's so pretty. But I am going to pick up as much as I can here because this is what I now want to do. So this is getting, oh, shouldn't have moved that, but that's okay. So we're getting off all those loose pieces and really making this this embossing come to life. So this is just one of my children's brushes from when they were toddlers. I bought this huge pack and would you believe it, we never got through them all. Okay, got some big pieces here. I think I've actually missed, I don't know. Those parts aren't sticky at all. But I think that is just part of the look that we have come up with. So what I can do, I'm actually going to just put this in the bin. So you can see we're quite cleaned up here. And then I'll go over with a microfiber cloth. So for this piece, I do exactly the same thing. Just burnishing that extra gold leafing off. So you can see I just got partial bits. And those bits that I thought were a bit globby actually look quite nice. Probably wanted maybe a bit more on this star, but hey, we have got what we have got with this piece. Some of them are a bit globby because the glue was a bit globby, but that just adds even more texture to what we've got. So that is our partial piece using our scrap, and this is our basically full piece. Although I can see, you know, looking at it, I can see where the extra gilding has gathered. That's a bit better. So you do get some tonal effect. So you can see these two are actually quite similar, just using a different embossing folder. Did I... Oh... No, just let me clean up and I will show you what I used. Okay, so I am going to fold this up and sacrifice this piece to the recycling bin. So it's actually not too messy. Well, I say that, but it could be a lot worse. So just take my microfiber cloth. So you can see with my microfiber cloth, it is really cleaned it up with one wipe. So this microfiber cloth will now go into the wash, and I'm just going to pop it up the other end of the room. So with that second swipe, I really only picked up a few of the tiniest flecks. So there we go. Actually, I might wipe myself while I'm here, although that will all come off me when I get up and start moving. Okay, let me open my cupboard, get a clean cloth just for any stamping later. So, Sunny, what I have used is the adhesive sheets. So I covered this whole piece with adhesive sheet. And I've just made my original card quite sticky. Sorry, I'm just putting the discarded piece in the bin. So I put the adhesive sheet onto the paper And then I embossed using the Stars at Night embossing folder. So I've done 2. I just did some pouncing of the glue onto this piece, and this was a full piece, but missed a couple of spots, but that's okay. That's just going to make it. Yes, they are so versatile indeed. So that is what I've used. Now, where to from here? So Sunny used Raywin used a vellum circle, which I kind of like the idea of. But what I thought we would choose first is a sentiment, because that, I think, will dictate the size that I use. And I was also thinking, in my Use It Up video from the other day, I had some other stars left. I had a big blue star left that actually may look really, really nice on this. So, just getting out some sentiments. So I think this one is a bit too big. I kind of want to keep the whole gold on as much show as what I can. So, I could do Merry and Bright Christmas just in strips. I think that is what I might use. Merry and Bright Christmas, because we've got the stars, so it's kind of keeping with the theme. Tell me what you think, and I might do that on both. See, this one I could also put like a gold embossed sentiment, but I'm just going to keep things. I wonder that as well, but I could. But I do wonder if it would come off in my blending brushes, because they are so dense. And another good way of getting rid of the extra would be, or the excess, would be using a blending brush. But it's just, I've always used this brush, and there's like no gilded leafing left in it. It's a great brush for so many things in my craft room. I actually have a couple in my carousel off to the side, you know, just using what I had. And I didn't have the blending brushes then. Just let me grab, I've got a bag that I used on the weekend in the way, and I'm going to trip over from that, I think. Now, just grabbing my Use It Up bits that I recently went through, and I had so much retired stuff in there, and I took it all out, and I'm going to donate it to Frankie's daycare. I just found my pin that I was looking for the other day. I've got out a new pin now as well. Okay, but I have glue all stuck to this nail. I'm surprised it's not covered in gilded leafing, to tell you the truth. Okay, so let's grab out our little die cuts and whatnot, because I do actually, one of these may look really, really good. Oh yes, I do have that piece that needs to go elsewhere. Okay, so I thought that might look really nice with the sentiment and a vellum circle. Now on this, I actually have the Shining Brightly. I think they're too big, but copper and gold look good together. And I've also kind of got these stars. So these are all die cuts. I'm going to find this die set just because they do go together. But I wanted to say, Countryside Corners, Fluffiest Friends. It's a long way back. Right, Stars at Night. There we go. So these are the dies that go with the embossing folder, and when you buy them, they come together. So these are all the leftover bitty bobs that I have from that. So these stars are actually this one. So I could maybe use, no, I actually don't like that. And that's way, well, it's just, you're not, although, but I don't want to cover up much of this gold. I could maybe put that kind of there with, no. This one, work in progress. That's a bit big. I don't think I actually like the copper with the gold. Just saying. Even though that's a smaller one, I don't think we're really going. Oh, Sunny, that sounds so nice. Oh, I don't need to. It'll come off. The top coat that's already on there will last me 3 weeks. So, and I only got them done the other day. So I have this little circle. I also have that very glittery star there. So that might work on there. I don't think I actually have much left at all gold-wise. Actually, I don't mind that music that's sitting there. I think that's really the only star besides a copper star. And the copper single star may work, but I don't think the rest of it is. So I've got some pieces from my Use It Up. Oh, hang on. I have more. I do have some more gold stars in here. Let me just empty out this bag. So, I have some distressed gold. No, that's copper. So I have 3 to play with on this card, I think. I think they're going to look a little lost on this card here. So this is Orchid Oasis. So I'm thinking maybe going Starry Sky for the sentiments. Tell me what you think. If you think we go two-toned and go some Starry Sky. I know, they're gorgeous. So sorry there, I had to get rid of a phone call, and because I'm not wearing my Apple Watch at the moment, I could not cancel the call. So, humbly apologise. So were you thinking, I just think these are a bit too big for what I would like to do. So they're my 2 copper pieces. I will just keep them out just in case, because I think they will still look good. Now, Starry Sky, which will tone in really nicely. So this is kind of a lighter colour. This is kind of a darker purpley blue. So let me grab some scrap. There we go. Grab these. I feel like I've crafted myself into a bit of a corner here, but I'll move some things and I'll feel like I've got a bit more space. Do you ever get like that? It's so frustrating. Okay, and now Owen is outside my window. The joys of children. Okay. We said Merry and Bright Christmas. Now, if my team were here, they would say, Ellen, you have to use the have. And the fact is, no, I don't have to use the have. saying Merry and Bright Christmas is fine. I don't need to be grammatically correct, and that's okay. Okay, Merry. That's not. That's better. I had very good. Please tell me if you can hear Owen through the window, because he has such a deep voice and they are so loud. Maybe it's just Mum going, "You're loud," and they're actually not. Do I do Merry and Bright or just Merry and Bright Christmas? That worked out so well. Just wipe off the excess until I clean it at the end. And am I going to use that? Do I actually need 2 of these? I do actually. Silly. I might as well use the same colours. Or do I go with the cherry cobbler? Actually, I might go with the cherry cobbler, which means I do actually need to clean these. I just found my my silica mat that I needed. That actually, I love that explanation, Maureen. That's actually a really, really good explanation. But I'm actually even thinking even more simply and just going Merry and Bright. So, yeah, cherry cobbler, because that will go with that piece quite nicely. And they are all cleaned. Okay. I'll just take one off for the moment so I can see what I'm doing. So cherry cobbler to match that designer series paper. Okay, Bright. So you can very simply make 2 cards, but just change the actual sentiment, the colours. So essentially the same, but different. Perfect. I love these stamps. These Stampin' Up at the moment. You know, I don't know if it's because I was a more inexperienced stamper or what, but I sometimes didn't get great impressions. And these days, besides that one, more often than not, first time up, I get these amazing impressions and stamping, even with super solid stamps that I just love. Okay, still need to do the vellum. Actually, I may have some things in my use it up bits because they are right next to me. So I may even have something else I can use. So I'm just using my big scissors here. Now these do not have to be cut perfect, but I do want the wide edge. Oh my dear word. Right. So go snip here. And then I am going to snip there. Oh, that was way too much of a border because I wasn't doing it this way. Okay. That's a bit better. I do like to get it fairly close to even. Great. Okay. And our Mary, because I'm having dropsies today. Okay. And this one, sorry, very much concentrating doing this. So they can go over there where I know where they are. That can go in the recycling. So are we happy with where we're going with these cards? Can you see my vision? It's okay if you can't. Sometimes I can't either. I think David just did karate into the pole on the pergola. Yes, thank you, Miss Maureen. I'm so glad. Just trying to keep it, well, I say keep it simple, and I've used all that gold leafing, but hey, you get my drift. Now, another good thing to use that gold leafing excess into is one of our paper pumpkin or kit boxes. Before I got that box, yeah, you can put all the excess into one of those boxes, and what I would love to do is like tape up because that box isn't totally tight at the bottom, so tape up the bottom edges so it doesn't fly out the bottom of one of those boxes, and you can put the excess into there. So there are our 4 sentiments. Let me grab my use it up bits again. So I do just have a little pouch that says Happy 18th. That has some shapes, and that one is empty, so I don't actually have any vellum bits in there. Oh my dear word, I'm very much stretching here. No. Okay, I just tipped my little basket of use it up bits, so that can stay tipped on the desk till later, and I won't tell you that that is not the first time I have tipped that recently. Which is kind of a bit scary, but anyway. So let me check my 2-inch punch for this. Oh, that will fit perfectly, the 2-inch punch for this. Perfect. So over here, kind of in this area where there's a little bit more, I say dead space, but it also gives that star a bit of prominence, which is needed. Now, to go to this one, I kind of wouldn't mind going to this paper and seeing what I can find. And this is the Joyful specialty paper. Sorry, I'm moving you guys in the laptop. Ah, thank you, Josie. Thank you, Peggy. Okay, the Joyful Designer Series paper. I will see. I do have some scraps here. So let's maybe add those to make a little bit, I can make a little circle cluster. And I'm eyeing off this check here. So I did make a series of cards using these. So I think the red, sorry, I've got another piece in here that just might be a better fit for, I think, the 1 3/4 inch punch. I think that'll work nicely. And while I'm here, I will get another one of these. Even if I don't use it, I use 2-inch circles quite a bit, but that will create like a trio cluster, which, you know, things work really. Yes, the music embossing folder would be amazing using the gilded leafing. I did think about it, and the Stars at Night kind of popped out to me first because I knew I had all these leftover bits that I could use. So that's kind of where my brain went. So let's, oh wow, that's amazing. Perfect punching. Great. Oh, love that. Love that for me. But I didn't have to go into the big piece. Great. So that 3-inch, so like what I'm kind of looking at here is maybe going on this side where we have like less gilded leafing, like in here, and you can show some through here, and then kind of put that. Or do I just use the 2? I don't think we actually need the vellum one here. I think obviously putting these the right way, kind of doing that, and then layering the Merry and Bright. I think that works like really nicely for that one. Perfect. This one, I want some dimensionals. I'm kind of going in between both, just to work out what else we need before we start assembling. Okay. Oh, that is not centered. Thank God that wasn't attached. That's perfect. So that on there. I kind of want this off to here, and then the Merry and Bright coming like out, I think. Okay, move that off to the side, and then I can put a couple of these stars up here, and that finishes that one. I will just need to find a card base for both, but I kind of like it down here so this star can still be the star. Haha, pun intended. Okay, what do we think of those kind of layouts? Just while shaded spruce may look good, but then so may cherry cobbler. Let's deal with this one first, because I have this cardstock like right in front of me. If I can grab it out. I think this, so I'm actually going Orchid Oasis for the card base. Oh, that looks wonderful. Oh yes, very happy with that. Okay, so grab my bone folder. I'll start with this one, and then we will get on to the second one. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Sandy. That is so sweet. Yes, I'm on early. I have a commitment for when I normally would be live. So I thought it's either I don't come on at all or I come on early. and I really like to keep you guys in some kind of at least day routine, so I get to see you either way, even if it's just on replay. Now this is not happy at all. I'll give it one more go. Yep, definitely need to use the pin, but this is a brand new pin. There was just the tiniest bit of resistance there. Oh, there is still a fair bit. I don't think I cleared it out. Grabbing that same pin. So this is all I do to clear it. And it is normal for our glue to clog, because often in our crafting we are, so I'm just wiggling that around to see if that helps. Who knows, I could, there we go. That's, oh, I got a bit of a, I think I cleared it out right there. It is normal to have your glue clog. Obviously I'm not going to close, oh actually I am going to close it up now, just because I won't need it for the next little bit. So I do just replace the cap, but often we're doing a lot in one go and you don't replace the cap, so some air is going to get into that nozzle and just create a bit of a clog. It happens with all glues, not just ours, so it's not uncommon. It's fine, it's normal. A lot of people get a bit anxious that their glue's clogged and blah blah blah, but really totally and utterly normal. I'm just going to use a glue dot on the back of this. Thank you. This is actually Gilded leafing. Earlier in the video I showed how to use an adhesive sheet on a piece of our cardstock, and then I covered it, embossed it, and then I covered it with Gilded leafing. And this is the result we got. So I'm quite happy with how it looks. Used up some more use it up bits as well, which I always love. So I'm actually doing really well with my use it up bits at the moment, which I'm actually really happy with. As although my use it up bin, which I literally just throw everything in and then I sort it into the packets in my used it up like pouch. Yeah, it's kind of full. It even has some retired things in there that need to go to the daycare, because Ivy, my 13-year-old granddaughter, she said, I said, do you still want me to give you the crafty leftovers? And she went, no, Nonna, I'm just too busy now with high school to do as much as I used to. And I went, oh, okay, I get it. Oh, not quite, but yes, I bought a new outfit, and because I had two engagements on the weekend, I chickened out wearing it. It actually didn't work to my Saturday night work Christmas party, but that's okay. I was wearing black. What did I wear? I was wearing like black and cream, so the nails still worked. But when I went out on Sunday Sunday night, I wore this exact blue top, and this has a chrome finish on it. So I put on the blue and then put on the chrome over the top, purple chrome, because I'm a bit of a purple girl. So I've just tucked and attached these pieces here. Don't know. Are they too far apart? I think they are good. Do I need more embellishment on this card? That is kind of the way. I don't think we need any more embellishment. This is definitely shiny enough. I am really, really happy with it. But tell me what you think while we finish off our second card. I haven't decided. It depends on which colour has a card base in it is the one I'm going to choose. Even if one's going to look better than the other. No, Cajun Craze is not going to help me today. Oh, Real Red is not going to help me either. Cherry Cobbler. Where? Cherry Cobbler is in front of Real Red and hiding. Oh, Cherry Cobbler wins because it has a card base. So this is going to be really traditional, just with partial gilding. Oh, me too, Sandy. I am a purple gal from way back. So my favourite colour, but the blue in this nail, like a cobalt blue, looks really, really good on me. Which when I saw this on the sale rack in the shop that I bought it from, I went, I'm sold. And they had my sizes. Actually, I had to go down a size in the top. I tried on the bigger one, but because it's all pleated and whatnot, I'm trying to look for my glue. Because it was all pleated and whatnot, I could have actually, I reckon, gone down another size as well. But I was comfy, it was flowy, it was actually really nice. I do actually, Sandy, that's a great idea. I've got the star trinkets. The star trinkets are actually sold out in Australia, but that would finish that off beautifully. I still have them in my stash. So if you did want any of the retiring product from the September to December mini catalogue, so you get up to 60% off. There are a number of retired or already discontinued items. And yes, I will grab a star trinket, and I've got these die cuts to use on this card. So this one is just going to get straight stuck down. And then I think the other, everything else can go kind of on dimensionals. So this one doesn't have to be straight at all. This one kind of does because it's musical notes, and I have a musical child, and I would get in trouble if those notes weren't up the right way and doing all the right things. Okay. This can come off. That didn't come off. I should have just used my take your pick tool, but anyway. Actually kind of don't mind it slightly coming off the side. That's quite nice. Put dimensionals on these minis. Going to be the call of the day here. I've gone through this set of like this sheet of minis so much faster than my previous sheet. Don't know, maybe I've just been using smaller bits. So I'm wondering how many extra stars I will need up here. So it'll be very interesting. This does not want to come off. How rude. There we go. Okay. use the crafter's tips on the take your pick tool here. There we go. Take those off. You can get quite a little collection on the tip here. Okay, and of course that wants to stick right there. There we go. All off. So end bright can go here. So the good thing is I've kind of got the break in the gilding. So I did, for those that have come in late, I did use the scrap adhesive sheet and kind of pounced it onto here. And that looked really quite nice. I'm thinking there's a bit of an awkward spot there. And I wouldn't mind maybe popping that up on a mini dimensional and just popping it at the top. I think that kind of makes sense. Actually, it doesn't want to come off. There we go. Maybe not the copper one. Yeah, see, I'm a bright, cool girl. Jewel tones, depending on the jewel tone, I can do jewel tones, but I'm definitely a bright, kind of cool color girl. And it's amazing. Sometimes we'll try a color, and I mean, I don't have it for too long, so I don't get really hung up on it. Really, there we go. And that is the actually gilded, the, what is it called, the distressed gold paper. The name of it is just escaping me right now. So that's a nice little cluster there. I just wonder if another couple might look nice here. So do we need the glittery stars? Yes or no? I'm going to grab the star trinket here for this. So just making a mess. Tell me if I need those glittery stars or that one distressed gold star is enough. Just going through my embellishments. I know I haven't pulled any of my retiring stuff out at the moment. Got star trinkets. So if you have them, use them. Yes. Okay. That is a lot of yeses, girls. I shall adhere those in just a sec to finish our second card. Okay, so the star trinket, I think I'll use a big one. I think that will work perfectly. And is that still okay? Oh, yes. That is just lovely. Thank you for the suggestion, Sandy. It does bring the gold from the back right to the front. So going to pop. These aren't being, these are, I want these to be part of the background. So I'm not adding any dimension to these. They're sparkly enough, and they do add a different sorry, just got some just a different texture to the card. Okay, one can go over there, just the dotted glue where I want to put it, because with these little things it's often easier using a dot of glue where you would like it to go than having glue all over your hand from picking it up. And I do always have to make sure the stars are up and down the right way, because I know it doesn't happen in real life, but especially with this background, it just makes them look correct. And we have our little 3 triangle of embellishments there. That features our cards. Oh my dear word, we did well. I'm very happy. I've made a huge mess. Huge mess. So what did we use? We used the gilded leafing. I have a container for mine. When you get it in this pot and it expands to this. The other thing that is really good is a paper pumpkin box, but do tape up the bottom. Second star to the right. What about the second star to the right? I missed something. Thank you. So we used the gilded leafing. We also used, to get all the gilded leafing to stick, I used the adhesive sheet. So I fully covered this card front, and then with the scrap, I shall actually even try and grab it out here. So with the scrap, I literally just pounced it on. Yes, someone's at the door. I literally pounced it on and then added the leafing, and I use, people suggested a blending brush. I just have one of my kids' toddler paintbrushes that I use to burnish it off. But that's at the start of the video. Then I used the stamp set, Merry and Bright, for our sentiments. I used these Use It Up pieces, and the embossing folder are the Stars at Night hybrid set. So I didn't buy the stamp set, which is why I say no stamps on here. But these are also retiring, which I'm a bit sad about, but they come together as a set. You get the dies, the embossing folder. You can use these 3 stars to cut these 3 stars and emboss at the same time. This is the Joyful specialty paper, and I think that's all I used. Not too many things. Right, I'm so sorry, Sandy. I totally missed that. So this was our inspiration card. So you can see I took quite a bit of inspiration with the circles and the sentiment. This is from one of my lovely followers, Raywin, and this was a previous birthday card. So yes, so let's just have a quick look. And of course I used the star trinkets. There are a few missing pieces on this. I'm totally fine with that. We can't have a perfect image all the time. I could have added some glue and dotted them on, but I was totally fine in doing that. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Leanne, sorry. I used to know a Leonie McEwen, which is why I went to say that. Even though you're Kewen, it reminds me of her. Okay, and this is our second card. So thank you so much for joining me. I will be back on Thursday on YouTube. I will also be going early on YouTube on Thursday. I'll probably be going handmade, not Hallmark, exactly, Maureen. So on Thursday, keep an eye out on YouTube. I'm not sure what time. It probably won't be as early as now, but I definitely will be doing my live earlier on Thursday. So have an amazing couple of days, and I hope to see you live on Thursday or on the replay. Don't forget to make sure that you like my video those. So the more you interact, you will keep the algorithm knowing that you like me and you want notifications, and you will hopefully get those when I go live or when I post something, so then you don't miss out. So have an amazing couple of days. Products are available in my online store. The embossing folder and die are retiring. The stamp set is retiring, as is the Joyful specialty paper. So don't miss out. Grab them if you need them, and I will catch you later. Bye.